welcome to another 2-Minute Tips Tuesday. Today is very simple to understand and very difficult to execute unless you've got a spine of steel or a very, very loving, eldership board, leadership team. And if you don't have either of those two things, it does take some conversation. The tip is this: leave room in your timetable for intentional growth. What I mean by that is if you're working a 37.5-hour week, if you're working a full-time job, you need to make sure you don't fill every one of those hours with project work, because that means inevitably when you grow from doing good work, and all job descriptions for youth workers are seeking growth. When you grow, when you want to launch a new project or a longer project or a different project or start schools work or run an event, anything you do is going to be overtime. A bit of overtime is expected, but when that overtime becomes weekly or monthly or every day you're doing a few more hours than you should, then all of your work becomes less effective and you become less effective, less compassionate, less empathetic and sympathetic as a leader, less clear in your teaching. You become less good as a youth worker. So leave time in your timetables for intentional growth. If you're working a 37.5-hour week and you're expecting over 3 years of strategic development to launch 2 new projects, that's probably an additional 7 hours. You should be working 30 hours of project work. Those 7.5 hours, I'm not saying put your feet up and watch Netflix. You can pray, you can write talks, you can engage with young people one-to-one, you can do team development training, but don't fill it with project work. Don't fill it with weekly staples that can't be moved. 2-Minute Tips Tuesday tip today is don't fill your calendar with projects if you plan to grow, because the only way you'll grow will be into overtime and excessive overtime and consistent overtime, and you will be less useful. So, leave space in your timetable, in your calendar, for the thing that will be that's not yet. Thank you.